Now,
All
do
right.
I ruin everything by telling everybody you do a shitty countdown? Does that?
Yes.
Is that the
Now that we're
camera stuff we're not supposed to talk? You do this really stupid. I don't. Are you supposed to? Is it pinkies you're doing and then backwards? I thought it was.
yeah.
What do you? Nobody does pinkies.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it all from what you call. I'm getting it. No, I'm getting it all from Anchorman or some other show.
You're doing some spot
You
crap.
count
Did
down
you say
like this.
Countdown.
Really, what you're supposed to do is you do like this, and then
who counts down like that? No, that was so weird. Oh, and then you point right.
Yeah, you point.
Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy by Chuck Turner. Get it on Amazon. There it is, man. That's my plug. We're done for the evening.
That's the intro.
I dressed up for that.
We're gonna get in trouble for not having an intro, Chuck.
Hey, by the way, Amazon gave this to me. They didn't give it to me, but Amazon got me this. You can also get my book, Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy by Chuck Turner, on Amazon. Amazon's taking over the world. Soon there'll be coffins, which we thought Walmart was going to do 20 years ago, but they're not. So,
That's fair.
Anyway.
That's fair. I wonder why. I wonder if there's like a really influential undertaker's lobby or something that keeps Walmart from selling coffins.
Wow, that's a good question. I mean, there's so many dead bodies walking around Walmart. You think they'd have coffins for them?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty incredible when you walk in there. Yeah. And I've seen people look like they're making like a career out of being in Walmart, and that's not the guy I want to be. No, I like to get in and get my good stuff and get out because my list is good. Linda and I have a list. I get in and out. I'm not going to hang in Walmart. You know?
There are people who do hang out in Walmart, though. I saw.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I saw a lady one time sitting in the cold cuts, like not like the deli, but like where you get your Oscar Mayer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She was just taking a load off in the cold cuts.
Wow, you said cold cuts. Where do I go to canned ham and cold ham? And then you use the word load. So you've really hit a lot there. You've hit quite a bit. That's good. I don't want you to be too cheesy about this. So anyway,
I mean, it's all good, right?
It's Walmart.
Yeah,
it's all good, man. That's what you want. See, I set it up. You hit it out. You knocked that cheesy Gouda. How long have we been saying Gouda to each other? It's all Gouda. How long have we been saying?
It's probably been like 5, maybe 6 years at this point, which is crazy to
think
about.
Easily, yeah. It's a great saying. It hasn't caught on yet.
No, that's okay.
I would. I really do.
But before we get down to business, let's get down to business.
Sure.
This is, as Chuck said, this is the South Jersey Casino Boy podcast. Please, if you like us, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And enough of that stuff. Let's get to the stories, Chuck. I got
stories.
Stories. Let's do some stuff from the list.
Oh, you want to do the numbers?
Let's do the numbers.
List. You got the list from a year and a half ago we talked about. Okay.
We can call this segment "Running the Numbers."
What is it? NSFW? Is that what the kids say these days?
That's not safe for work, but I was saying running the numbers.
Oh. Okay, let's do the number. Give me one. Give me something.
Number 2.
Number 2. Oh. Okay, so number 2 is a pretty intense story. So I'm going to try to do it with a plum and maybe even some humor. So once upon a time, I got in some pretty deep trouble. Deep trouble meaning I had my life threatened. One time when a deal went bad in Florida with someone I knew very well, very, very well. Mm-hmm. So that didn't. I've lost your picture, dude.
That's okay. Yeah, I shut off the video because I was hoping you were getting choppy, and I have a feeling it's my internet connection.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna look at me now because you've screwed me up, and now I screwed me up. So there goes that emotional story. My hat's all messing me up. Okay, this is a tough story to tell, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I need to do.
Yep.
So I almost got taken out in Florida by someone setting up, someone pretty close to me all my life. As a matter of fact, got on a plane, was escorted by an air marshal back to Jersey, and on a People's Express airline flight I wasn't supposed to be on. I was supposed to be in Florida for another 3 days, but things didn't work out, man. So
how did you get in touch with the air marshal? Like how did you get escorted by the air marshal? How did that come to pass?
He noticed that 2 guys were casing and watching me. 2 gentlemen who were particular leather outfits and had a particular look to them. And there was a bathroom not far from where we're sitting, and they were doing shenanigans with the closed and open sign. So I know I wanted to go use the bathroom, and as he said to me, "Do not get up, do not go to the bathroom." So he was watching them. I mean, it's obviously had, worked the airport and been around enough, and whatever went on, he picked up on it and let me know the deal. So I sat there and he explained to me what was going on, tell me to keep my head down while we talked, and just said, "Don't move. You stay right next to me." And I already knew. I mean, I looked at the guys and kind of figured out based on the circumstances that I brought on myself, knowing what part they would play. Basically, they're the guys that carry the weight around, and the individuals that I met were the guys that do the distribution.
Gotcha.
In the coaches and so forth. So one thing led to the next, and there I was with an air marshal next to me, tell me not to go in the bathroom.
Gotcha.
And he explained to me, he explained to me the deal and what would happen if I went in there in a very direct way. He said, chances are you'll go in and won't come out. So there I sat. And again, on the Scrappy People's Express flight, not next to them, but, close enough to the front because it wasn't a packed flight. But then I got back to, got back home and I got taken in a room and I lied my ass off, Oh, no, it was just a disagreement and a thing with the guy who's obviously, I'm not giving that up right now.
Right.
But that guy, I said that guy and I got in a fight about a girl. And then when I left in a huff, I got to the airport and I bumped into those two and it was a FU back and forth thing. And that's why they were after me. That really wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. So,
quick Tobias Funke question. Now, when you were talking about these gentlemen who are wearing leather, would you say that their attire says "Dad loves leather"?
Dad loves leather. You got me on the line because now I'm going to think of what Tobias would say about that. Daddy's. What does he say about the Stones? Oh God, he gets his rocks off. He's wearing a Stone outfit.
That's right.
I'm just not quick enough today, but
it's okay.
Daddy
and
leather. Daddy likes leather, and my God, Tobias Funke. Oh, he's just like a pirate, and I just thought they were pirates. And oh man, here we go.
He says he wants to go to the Gothic castle, and he ends up going to the Gothic asshole. That's just classic Tobias.
There are two actors in the family. Oh man, that's pretty funny.
From the Method 1 acting clinic.
Yes, and Dean.
Oh my God.
Perfect. Oh, so you would so this leads to
number 2.
A sit down. Yeah, it leads to a sit because there were other troubles in the water. Troubles that had taken place in Maryland, and guys came into the casino to arrest me, and this guy, got me out of it because I had dropped his name and my other connection in Maryland. No license, no registration, no insurance card. Got busted, and I got away because I dropped names, which sounds impossible, but it happened. We went and saw Boomer Esiason's last game. And got back in town and whoops, didn't pay that ticket. Well, they came looking for me. So I like 3 strikes against me. Shit was going down at the Sands, which later manifested in the things that really hurt some people that really cared about and was close to years later. But they tried it on me. And what that means is I got sat down by people I knew very, very well. And I'm being general. I mean, you and I've talked about this a lot, Kirk.
Right.
I'm being general. I've talked to my wife about it. Heck, I talked to enough people that are close to me that know the whole thing and the reason, why things went the way they went. But there was this Denny's on Tilton Road, and these 2 gentlemen who very familiar with, let me know you're going to wear a wire and then you're going to do X, Y, and Z. And I said, I'm going to do what? You're going to wear a wire. Didn't appeal to me in the least. I knew I was already screwed. I knew I was already in trouble. But it reminds me, and I'm going to just do that tangent thing, that deviation thing for a minute. It reminds me of a conversation I just had with a member of my family, somebody very, very near and dear to me, as they say. And there was a question about a particular other person that was involved in, and it was, well, look, is that person, dirty or clean? Are they good or bad? What is, because there's only two ways you can be. That's all it can be, because this is my life. I can't look back and say, well, gee whiz, I almost got killed.
You Jiminy Glick it?
Yeah, you Jiminy Glick, hey man, I was getting set up. One in one form or fashion. So the question was, well, how were those actions being put upon me? Was it from a position of format, or was it something different? And for years I've always felt it was something different. And I asked that question to this person who's very near and dear to me, and her answer was, Chuck, maybe he was just human. So there's the tangent. There's the twist of life from age 24 to 59. I'm looking back on these things and realizing that, how bad it was. And the perspective now is that, it's years later. Maybe it was, you can't walk in that person's shoes.
No.
So that makes me think about the meeting I had, because Kirk, I had decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out of there with an FU attitude, and I wasn't about to wear a wire. There wasn't a chance in hell I was going to wear a wire. I didn't even think about it. I wasn't going to flip a coin. I wasn't going to get advice from somebody about, hey, if I wore a wire, that's not where I was going.
Right.
I knew I was screwed. I was in trouble. I had 3 strikes against me. They had leverage on me. They knew me. The whole shebang, man. They had me dead to rights. But, and I don't mean to be corny. I don't mean corny, because I can say it a certain way, and we'll all get it. But
right.
I came up with the Kobayashi Maru. It's as simple as that. I came up with Kobayashi Maru. That's what happened. I reprogrammed. I had one side tell me one thing, and then the other story comes later. What the other side told me, fuck it. I just joined the Navy.
There you go.
That's what I did. So from that meeting, from that sit down, from those guys looking at me saying, you have to wear a wire, you have to rat, do all that shit. I did something way different than what they told me, what other people told me. I joined the Navy.
Makes sense.
I wasn't gonna be a rat.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the meeting story.
Gotcha.
In general. Yeah.
How about number 76?
Number 76. Let's go to 76.
The old Spirit of 76.
Beach apartment. Holy crap, that's a great one, because that brings in Paul Lippman. So
Paul Lippman
and I were going to be roommates, because Paul's a nutcase, man. He's just got that thing going that I'm hanging out with him, saying, man, we just have a good chemistry. He's nuts. He's crazy. He's different. He's just got all this. The guy doesn't rotate around Earth the same way as everybody else. He just has this different orbit. You just know it. You talk to him, you hear his verbiage and the way he treats things, and he celebrates life, and he's doing color commentary on life. I hadn't hung out with guys that did a lot of that. Would pick out things and talk about them and a lot. You'd go, is he stoned? Well, no, not at the moment he might not have been, but he's gonna be. So and I'm gonna do it with him. So Paul was just such an energy that I like to be around. I just really dug being around him. It's so much fun and so real, and he's just he's always on. He's got his A game, because he's always observing and talking about what he's observing. And that fascinates me, man. That just fascinates me to be around a guy like that, because you're never going to be bored. Anyway, we decided we're going to live together. So we got on an event, and I can't remember the avenue. Paul would know the street. He'd remember it if I texted him, but I'm not going to. And he says, we got a place. We're going to go check it out. So we go there, and we go see the owner of the complex, the manager. Her name was Edith. And Edith talked like this, Paul. And of course, Paul still does that shtick. Paul. We go to see Edith. Now Edith wants to meet us. So we go to meet Edith. Oh, you seem really nice. And she's talking, and we're talking about this and that. And the other. We're going to rent the place. And it's going to be right next door to her. Right next door. And we're smoking pot all the time and, doing nonsense. So she's going to hear it. I'm thinking, wow, it's going to be tough. Right. So we get to the out. The out is like, hey, we're going to say goodbye and get going. Looks like I got the place. Well, you're 2 nice Jewish boys. And I'm about to open my mouth, and Paul goes like, oh, he gets one of them.
Yep.
Like, don't say shit. And I'm like, wow. I look at him like, oh, okay, whatever, sure. I can be, yeah, fine, yeah. Okay. What, seriously, what do I care? Paul found us an apartment on the beach on the first floor with a boardwalk in front of us. And that's like heaven to him. I like the ocean. I mean, everybody does, but I'm not a big beachy guy as Paul was. Paul can go out and swim and with the dolphins and all that crap. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I might just lay, get high, and like look at chicks, but I'm not like gonna go, hey man, I used to be a lifeguard. No, I don't want to do that crap.
Well,
but he's like
think about it that way. Paul can open the door in his Speedo and just walk to the ocean. He doesn't have to change. There's no change.
Paul Littman Speedo. We're gonna have Paul Littman on.
Yes.
To talk about that moment because Paul's got an interesting take on how that took place. The whole Speedo thing. Let me tell you, when you're a guy, you're in competition with another guy, and there's a Speedo involved, it changes the odds.
Oh, yeah.
It flips the odds. It gets it different. It gets a little bit emotional too. So, and it was for me, I hadn't, how do you deal with that? I had everything thrown at me, pretty much. Guy versus guy, with a chick involved. What's going to happen? That's a whole different game. That's a game changer. That's what they call a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
If you cook a dinner and you make the best hamburger possible, then you get invited someplace, and the guy's like, I don't know how to cook. I'm not really good. And he brings out a freaking steak, and it looks awesome. He just one-upped you. What are you supposed to say to him? And he said, oh, I don't do that. But yet he knocks it apart. You know what I mean? So Paul, Paul had this game on, A game. So he's an A game guy. Still is today. And it's just a lot of fun to be. So what do you call that, Kirk, when you do it? I don't want to say it.
Yes. Tits up so you don't fall on your roller skating.
Okay. So that's the beach apartment. Live at the beach. Go down. Paul would make melon balls, take him down to the beach. We get smoked up, hang out, talk to chicks, as we say, It was just a great existence, man. We had just such a fun time there.
Right.
Until we got broken into and they stole all our shit. But that's a different story.
Damn.
Yeah. Happens, man. Rip you off, dude. Rip you off.
All right. Two nice Jewish boys like you got ripped off?
So that's nice boys. Two nice boys got ripped off. What are you gonna do?
How about let's go with number 8.
Number eight is wow, another biggie, man. Another biggie. Okay, well, how much of this can I tell? I have to think. Okay, so I'll tell the beginning. So we're running late. It's July 4th weekend, and Paul and I are running late to work, and it's just sweaty hot. It's just ridiculous. I got my Z28, and Howie, his brother, needs a ride to work. So it's me, Paul, and Howie, and Paul and Howie are like bickering, back and forth. We're running later. It's not going well. So here we are. We got me and Paul in the front. T-tops are off. Howie's in the back. We're smoked up already. Ready to go to work. That's what we do. Go to work. Probably do some stuff there too. But the traffic just backed up from that. Backed up, man. You can't get through. And Howie's like, the only way you're gonna get there is run a red light. I said, this is exactly what I said. I said, I'm running every fucking red light. He's like, no, you're not. Guess what? It's 2021, and Howie still tells that story because I ran every freaking red light. I didn't stop for one light to the point where they're like, whoa, and I'm not going up and around and passing. I'm not fucking stopping every light. I'm curb chirping them down in second gear and going around cars. I'm going left on the oncoming and going around. I'm going right. I'm just doing everything I can to get around all the shit I can. We get as close to the sand as possible. Out the door, Howie makes a beeline to work. He's got to go to his work, and me and Paul got to go to ours. And we're just footing it, man. We're footing it. It's sweaty, hot, ridiculous. You got the dealer blouses on, get into work, and we're just dripping wet. Now, look, I don't have much to speak of today, but back in the day, I had a perm.
Oh, I've seen the photos.
Story.
I've seen the footage.
I had a perm. That's a whole, man, there's a lot going on there. A lot going on with the perm. I could talk about the perm for a long time because you don't just get up and go, I think I'm going to perm. Nobody just gets out of bed and goes, today's perm day. If you're a guy, if you're a dude, you have to have factors that lead you up to the perm. And man, it better be satisfactory each step of the way. And believe me, the perm it had a lot of good stuff going on. Anyway, here I am with the perm running with Paul, trying to get to work on July 4th. And we're sweating so bad. Boom, boom. I go right to the pit. I don't even punch in, right to the pit. And I don't think I'm going to mention his name. Okay, not on this one. But we go up to the pit boss, and I go, "Hey, sorry, I'll call him Joey. Hey, sorry, Joey. We're running late." It's like, what the hell's wrong with you? One just dripping and drenched. My perm's all that stuff. Big sweat marks. I go, and I tell him a quick story. He goes, "Turner, I got plenty of dealers tonight. You want to go home?" I'm like, what? Because you want to go home? I go, yeah. He goes, okay. Do me a favor. And I go, I'm thinking, I don't consider, I'm not quite sure what that favor could be. Because you're processing, this ADHD mind is processing quickly. What the fuck is this favor going to be, man? I don't want it to be anything weird, because can it be in a category that works for me,
Right.
Can I just come to your place, take your trash out? What's it going to be? So you owe me a favor. And I go, sure. And as I go to walk by, I go, can Paul have the night off too? And he looks at me, he looks at Paul, and goes, fuck out of here. He gives us the night off. we we're all sweaty. He's like, you owe me a favor. And yeah, I did owe him a favor. So you wheel and deal at the casinos, and believe me, I was dealing. So yeah, I owed him a favor, and me and Paul got the night off. Paul's like, how did you get the night off? And I go, I just walked up to Joey and told him, and he said, yeah. And I just pointed you, said, can Paul the night too? He goes, you included me? Oh man, that's cool. That's great. He was so happy. It's like, we're going to go down to, there was the bar in Margate everybody went to. It wasn't the one guy's place that is always on the radio. I'm not saying his name either, but it was another bar that Paul wanted to go and look at Barbies. He always wants to. Paul's always wanting to go look for Barbies. That's his thing, Barbies. He's got to go find Barbie. I don't get it. That was his thing. Right. He's going to go chase and go look at the Barbies. And I just wasn't that guy. Anyway, that's what we did. We went to the bar and, he did his numbers game, playing the odds. He has a whole different set of circumstances in his mind that he works with too. He plays his odds his way. And that's not how I play. I'm like, I don't want to go into the, I don't want to climb the Himalayas. I really don't. I'll do the foothills, and the foothills are great. They're beautiful. There's a lot of wildlife there, and they're very green. You know what I mean? It's just a beautiful place to be in the foothills. Paul's always trying to climb the freaking Himalayas. Always the Himalayas. And if you're going to be with him, you got to bring supplies and oxygen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tough climb, my friend. It's a tough climb.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're following Paul up the mountain, and there's just dead bodies everywhere. As you make your way. Everywhere. Just reminders that.
Yeah, and Kirk, look at this face. Look at this nose. I'm not made for the Himalayas. You know what I'm trying to say? That's not my thing. Right. You get me in the foothills, man. And I can even go to the mountains, like the normal mountains. It's great. We all should go there. But those who aspire to go to the Himalayas should know, carry oxygen because nature is going to reject you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna get a lot of those from nature. And I don't like that when there's plenty of nature at like 50 to 80. You know what I mean? That's what we're at here.
For sure.
That's our height here in Denver. That's where I want to be. I play there all day long.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Is the perm on the list? Is it on the list, or do we need to add it to the list?
I actually do have the perm on the list. The perm is number 127.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's 127. Yeah, the perm's at the very bottom of the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I didn't have to add it to the list because we will have to talk perm at some point.
Perm is good memories for me, man. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
know, perm is just good memories for me. It didn't bother me one bit. It actually was pretty cool. So
Hell yeah.
didn't stick around though. It wasn't as perm as they say.
Right.
It's a big
right.
lie. It's really temporary. It's
Mhm.
get it while you can. It's not a perm.
Mhm,
No.
mhm.
God.
Jesus. Well, Chuck, if people want to get in contact with you, how can they do that?
Well, my book is listed on Amazon. If you want to
Mhm.
get the book, Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy by Chuck Turner is on Amazon. It's 99 cents for the ebook and it's $8.99 for the printed version. To get a hold of me, you can get me on Facebook. You can get me at South Jersey Casino Boy at Facebook, on Facebook. I'm easy to find. I answer a lot of messages. There's emails. I'm getting texts. I'm getting messengers, messenger Facebook. So I'll reach out and the people reach out to me, I always get back to
Gotcha.
them.
Mhm.
So that's easy to get a hold of me that way. Yeah.
You're not accepting messages by pigeon on the lanai anymore?
No, they just mess things up, dude. Plus, we've got it enclosed. It's tough to get those messages.
That's
You
fair.
know.
That's fair.
Well, okay, so okay, so in Game of Thrones, there's the little guy, and there's a guy who talks Irish and a Scottish. All those guys, they're all different. They have three names.
Yeah.
Am I missing something, or do the crows really? Do they really have three eyes? I know I'm watching the show, but I'm not paying attention that well. Do crows have three eyes?
No,
They carry the messages.
Yeah, there's an individual called the three-eyed crow or the three-eyed raven.
It's one raven.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
only one that has three eyes. But in
okay,
general,
good. That's good to know.
Yeah, they use crows instead of pigeons.
Because our son can tell me all the names and where they come from, and I'm like, yeah, it's the little guy, and then it's the Irish accent guy, and then the
Yep.
Scottish student, and the guy carries a sword, and the little girl that she's like going to beat people up. It's a lot for me. It really is a lot for me, man. I need a simpler movie. I needed a shark swimming around like eating people. That's really my style. A thing come guy's stomach, in outer space. But man, you give me too much dialogue. I mean, I can write, but reading can be challenging for me. And watching a movie that's really intensely dialogue-ish,
Yeah, I get you.
I just go, oof. When do they get into the part where these two like break out the knives? So,
I didn't realize this until
Anyway,
I watched it
that's-
recently. I didn't know, or I never put it together, that John Hurt plays essentially himself in Spaceballs as well. He plays that same character. When
is he
in
laying on the table and then he comes out? He goes, not again, or something?
Yep. And it didn't process to me because I guess I had seen Spaceballs years ago when I was a kid, and I hadn't seen Alien yet. And then when I was rewatching Spaceballs last week, I was like, holy shit, that's John Hurt. That's awesome that they got him to be in it and do that, that whole scene again.
And didn't the little alien put a top hat on and dance?
Oh yeah, did the Michigan J Frog or the hell that stupid thing is from Looney Tunes?
Michigan J Frog. CW, wasn't it the CW?
Yeah. WWB and all that shit.
I liked Good Feathers, the mobster of pigeons. They're my favorite. Good Feathers were my favorites.
Was what you call it? Wasn't it? Was that Animaniacs they would do that? The stupid
Animaniacs. That's exactly right.
Good Feathers. I haven't thought about that in forever.
Feathers.
They're always slapping
Pretty
each
good,
other
man.
around.
Yep. I like that a lot. Had fun with that. That was pretty good.
That's great. Well, people, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. But remember, you can find Chuck on Facebook at South Jersey Casino Boy. You can find the book on Amazon. It's Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy by Chuck Turner. And you can find it on Smashwords as well. Anything else you want to say to the people before we sign off, Chuck?
I will say that our editor just back the revised piece of South Jersey Casino Boy 2. We just did the revisions. We added a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to overdo the explanation, but the bottom line is that we're doing the rereads right now on the edits because we want this to be perfect. And then we'll submit that and upload that in a few days. And then we'll have an announcement when that book comes back out on the market. There's going to be some surprises and some things that are really going to get people smiling again about what they've heard about. So that's coming out this week. And of course, we continue to work on our finishing up our edits on book 3. So things are moving along. It's been a lot of fun. I will say this: anybody out there who wants to be an independent author, get yourself ready. It's an emotional roller coaster at times. For writing, if you're a writer and you like to write, keep writing. Writing is it's been therapeutic for me. It's been awesome. The things that I've gained from it, and the people that have gotten in touch with me and reconnected, have really, to say, that's warmed my heart. Believe me, it has. It's been pretty amazing. And I don't like to overuse that word, but it's been an amazing journey, Kirk, and a lot of fun. But prepare yourself. If you don't have, a lot of the backing and foundational things in place, you're going to go on a roller coaster ride with all kind of aspects of it, because it's your baby and you want it to go right.
Mhm.
So that's why we're redoing and re-releasing 2. We want it to be, because this series continues to move on, and there's a lot more going on, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a wild ride.
Hell yeah. Well, it's like Billy Crystal says in Throw Mama from the Train, Chuck. A writer writes always.
That's exactly true. If you're not writing, man, this has to come out. It's been too long. I got to get the movie out.
That's
I
fair.
just have to. So that's why I write. That's my thing.
Hell yeah. All right, Chuck. I'll talk to you soon.
Corn dogs, baby. Corn dogs, Jackie.
That's right. Corn dogs.